both clubs. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Thank you for joining us, and happy holidays. I'm Pat Hughes, along with Marquette's all-time leading scorer, George Thompson. And George, the conference opener in Conference USA. It's exciting. This should be a good one.
Good, tough game for Marquette on the road. As you remember, Pat, last year they were disappointed down here, lost the basketball game, consequently had a problem with some seeding as far as the NCAA was concerned.
Marquette and East Carolina both playing very well. Marquette is led by an All-American, Dwayne Wade. He scores about 25 a game. Recently, Dwayne talked about how he relishes playing in the big ball games.
I think that's the reason we all come to college, to play college basketball at a high level, because you look forward to the big matchups, you look forward to the big games, and I think that's the reason we all come. So yes, you get prepared for it better. You know, your mind frame is totally different and when it's a real big game.
George, Wade is a great scorer and a terrific talent, but what I like about him, he's a great all-around ball player.
He has the ability to make all of his teammates better. And I keep getting asked this question. I'm going to settle it and get it over with. Pat, Dwayne Wade has the most
balanced attack. They are led by Derek Wiley. He's a left-hander, and he loves to shoot that three.
Wiley really likes to load it up. Wiley is a streak shooter, however, and he can really shoot them in or shoot them.
Welcome back to Minges Coliseum, moments away from the Conference USA opener between Marquette and East Carolina. Let's take a look at the starting fives. Wade, number 3 for Marquette, the player that George and I highlighted a moment ago. He scores 25 a game. Jackson chips in with 17 for Marquette. East Carolina's starting 5, a balanced offense. East Carolina's coach is Bill Harrion. He has these season's greetings for you.
Hi, I'm Bill Harrion, head coach of the East Carolina Pirates. I want to wish everybody a happy holiday. Coming up next, Conference USA basketball, East Carolina versus Marquette.
Coach at Marquette in his 4th year. He was the Conference USA Coach of the Year last season. Bill Harrion, a very hard worker at East Carolina. He has this program on the upswing. A standing room-only crowd at the Minges Coliseum. It's going to get loud here tonight. Conference USA's season opener. Mark Whitehead, Terry Moore, and Steve Pyatt are the officials in control of the game. Marquette in blue, East Carolina in white, and away we go. Wade has it at the outset. Dwayne Wade, the All-American. Merritt wants to shoot. Merritt missed the banker. Rebound to Arroyo Bing, and here comes East Carolina. Wiley forced it, missed it. Jackson has it. It goes to Diener. Townsend. Todd Townsend back out to Wade, a 3. 3-0 Marquette.
MU coming out very aggressively, both on offense and defense.
Belton Rivers with the ball to Gabriel Mikulich. Wiley slashes, has it chucked away, and a foul.
MU stops defensively. Nice kick by Townsend. Wayne setting very nicely. Squared up real well. Good trajectory on the basketball.
Wade has been hitting about 61% of his shots this season. On the foul line now for East Carolina. This is Derek Wiley, the player we highlighted, George, at the outset. He's a lefty, a junior from Durham, North Carolina. He's their top scorer at 15 a game, but all of their scorers, all of their starters average between 9 and 15. Good balance for East Carolina.
Which really makes it difficult because everyone is capable of breaking to that 20 or 25 point mark on any given night.
Wiley hits a couple. Marquette leads by 1 in the opening minute. 8,000 are here tonight, a sellout. Wade is open. Missed a 3. Rebound to Badian. Badian, a great shot blocker, also a good rebounder. Arroyo Bing has it. Now to Rivers. Wiley launches, misses, is fouled. Actually, the foul away from the ball inside. This is only the third meeting ever between these two. Both games took place last season. When East Carolina beat Marquette here in February, it was the only time East Carolina has ever beaten a top 10 ranked team. Marquette right now in the latest ESPN USA poll, George, is number 9.
Meanwhile, Marquette has to realize that they better figure out how the referees are going to call this game.
Rivers to Mikulas. Good left-handed shot. Mikulas from Argentina with a soft left-handed shot. 4-3 East Carolina. Travis Diener, sophomore point guard. Townsend, Merritt, Wade.
Nice pass.
Jackson scores inside.
Excellent entry pass by Wade. Marquette starting to get everybody involved offensively.
Wiley gets a pick. Jackson the rebound. Merritt spinning. Tipped in unbelievably by Todd Townsend. What a follow-up. Wow. Townsend has become an offensive force.
Has a lot of athleticism, Patrick, and we need to see it game in, game out.
Traveling called against Arroyo Bing. Watch the tip again, George. Great move by Todd Townsend on the trailer tip-in.
Watch this athleticism here. Nice move by Merritt to the hoop. Townsend flies through the air and kisses it back in softly.
Marquette leads by 3. Marquette has the basketball. Thanks for joining us tonight. We've only played 3 minutes. Marquette in blue leading. Wade dishes to Jackson. The big man misses. Marquette maintains. Diener's first shot. Rebound to Moussa Badian. Rivers, the freshman. Fouled on the way to the bucket before the shot, I believe. Oh, these fans are fired up here at the Minges Coliseum tonight.
A lot of energy in the building. Great atmosphere for a basketball game.
Marquette leads by 3. Mikulas wide open. He hits over 60% of his shots. Gabriel Mikulas.
Averages 15 and 12.5 points per game.
Wade to a wide open Merritt. That's the all-around aspect of Wade's game we talked about. Wiley takes it to the hole. Rebound Townsend. And a foul on Badian.
So Marquette playing very aggressively early. Nice kick. Merritt in the right place at the right time flushes it, which is a very high percentage of the ball going in the basket, Pat.
Diener to Wade. Townsend a 3. Rebound to Moussa Badian. Wiley all the way. Rejected by Townsend. Here comes Wade, the All-American. Misses it. It's a defensive foul, blocking called on the East Carolina Pirate ball player.
Anytime an All-American makes an aggressive move to the hoop, he will get the benefit of the doubt. And that's just what happened then.
Marquette off to a good start, leading by 3. We've only played about 4.5 minutes, and we'll be right back. Experience this season. Dwayne Wade, the leading scorer. Travis Diener, the point guard, averaging over 6 assists a game. And Robert Jackson, about 9 rebounds per contest. For East Carolina, the Pirates are led by Wiley, but again, it's a balanced attack. Rivers is their top playmaker so far, and Bing grabs about 8 rebounds per game. Back to live action. Wade leans in, scores. Marquette leads by 5. East Carolina's only lost 1 home game this season to George Mason. Shy on the jumper was Rivers. He gets it back. Rivers has it blocked by Merritt. Developing 2-on-1. Diener and Merritt. Diener pulls up. Diener fouled on the rebound by Rivers. Harrion wanted a double dribble. George, what do you think?
I agree. Diener turning the basketball over was undecided on really what he should do with the basketball, give it up or pass it. So Marquette being the beneficiary of some indecision by the referee that time.
Marquette leads by 5. 15 minutes to play, first half. George, let's talk about the pace of the game. When Marquette lost here last February, it was a low-scoring game. What kind of a game, high or low, are you looking for tonight?
However it is, Marquette must dictate it. If they decide to run, they have the power to run, as we see smooth move Merritt take it very nicely to the hoop.
Marquette leads by 6, or make it 7, 13-6. A timeout called by Bill Harrion. Let's take a look at the controversial play a moment ago.
Pat, maybe I'm wrong. It just didn't look good. No, he double dribbled. No question about it.
George, referees will tell you there are certain blind spots. He must have been in an area where simply no referee could have seen it exactly the way it happened.
And there's no question about it. Referees are human, just like everybody else. And Diener got into a situation where there was a good angle there for him.
Watch Wade's little move in the lane. Watch the left hand here. Ooh, that's pretty.
Great head and shoulders fake. 2 defensive men bought it totally. Wade putting it in softly.
Wade has scored inside and outside. He's dished off a couple of nice assists. He's off to a good start, and so is Marquette, leading by 7. Now back to live action. Dalton Rivers to Nicholas for a 3. The big man missed. And it's a Marquette. No, it's off Marquette. Nicholas does not take a lot of three-pointers. East Carolina as a team hitting only 29% of their three-point shots. Marquette 1 out of 4 beyond the arc, and East Carolina has missed both of their long bombs. Rivers, the guy with the ball, he takes the most three-pointers on the team. This is Wiley, the lefty. Long rebound to Diener. Open is Townsend. Good ball movement by Marquette early in the game.
MU pushing the ball up very aggressively. Wade takes it hard to the glass, gets himself to the line for 2.
George, how important is it for every single guy in the offense to feel like he is part of the offense early in a game?
Very, very important, Pat. They've got to touch it. Everybody's got to feel like they have an opportunity to make a basket if the opportunity presents itself.
Wade, a junior out of Robbins, Illinois, went to Richards High School in Chicago. The team leader in just about every significant category a year ago.
I mean, and let's face it, everybody knows who's going to score the most points on any given night. But they want to be able to touch the basketball, feel a part of the offense, and have the coach feel some confidence in them that they can put the ball in the basket.
George, Marquette all of a sudden leads by 9. 13 and a half minutes to play, first half. For East Carolina. Putting it up is Corey Rouse. However, an offensive foul on the play. Rouse called for charging.
Joe Chapman, and he's done it time and time again when he's come into the basketball game. He's played some pretty heads-up basketball.
Luke McKay has just checked in for East Carolina. The Conference USA season opener for both teams. Travis Diener, sophomore from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Chapman, Joe Chapman just came in for the Golden Eagles. Chapman is on the sideline, out of bounds.
So Chapman giveth and taketh away.
Freshman playing in his first conference game. He's got to have some butterflies.
No question.
This is Luke McKay. McKay is a kid from Perth, Australia. Rivers couldn't get it to fall. Battle for the rebound and a jump ball. That rim at that end, we were talking about an hour ago. It's a soft rim. It will give you some friendly bounces, George.
But Marquette has to continue, and Homer and I have talked about this as the season progresses, to really go after that defensive rebound aggressively.
Homer is the great radio voice of the Marquette Golden Eagles, Steve True. Rivers over to Wiley in the corner. Now Mikulas. And we've got a foul away from the ball inside against Marquette. Looking at team fouls, that's number 4 on the Golden Eagles. 5 against East Carolina. Remember, you start shooting free throws on the 7th and a half in college ball. We might see some free throws tonight. 13 minutes to play in the half still. George, I think once you get into conference play, generally, there are a lot more fouls called. It's more of a defensive-oriented ballgame. There's the friendly bounce that we talked about. Bing getting the roll. Now Marquette's lead is 7.
MU looking to get back on track now offensively with some continuity.
Townsend is wide open. Yes, that'll quiet the crowd. The lead is 10 for the Golden Eagles. McKay, one of 4 foreign-born players on this East Carolina ball club. Mikulas from Argentina, foul.
As we talked about, East Carolina has a lot of guys that scored just around double figures. Bing coming back with a nice short jump hooky, very high percentage shot.
A hooky. Mikulas ready to shoot a free throwy. And he's got this kid has played in some international competition with the Argentina national team. Gabriel Mikulas, a junior from Cordoba, Argentina.
Patrick, you know, I don't like to be made folio.
I understand. Just want to keep you on your toes, George. Happy New Year to you, by the way. Mikulas makes a couple, 18 to 10. Now a little full court or a 3/4 court press. The press is broken. Wade, the All-American, on the bench for a moment. Turnover, give it back to East Carolina. McKay, a wild shot. Luke McKay with a playground basket. He might have gotten away with a travel. I hope you can tell on your televisions exactly how loud it is. It is thunderous. Joe Chapman knocking down a baseline J for Marquette.
There's that man Chapman. Start to look for his playing time to increase.
Bing to the foul line. Bing gets another one. And Royal Bing, a junior from Largo, Florida. He started all 30 games a year ago for ECU. The pace much quicker than last year's game here. Sanders travels. Terry Sanders shuffle the pivot foot before dribbling. Time called. 10:36 to play in the first half. Marquette leads by 7 as McKay made that great play a moment ago. With George Thompson, Pat Hughes once again. Marquette leading East Carolina by 7 midway through half number 1. Dwayne Wade for Marquette. He has done several good things already, George.
Wade doing it to him from inside and outside. Nice little curl move in the paint. Good head and shoulders fake after dropping a 3-ball.
He's back in the game after a rest of about 2 or 3 minutes. Over 800 career points. Of course, the all-time career scoring leader at Marquette is my partner, George Thompson. And once Dwayne gets close to that record, George is going to teach him the finer points of passing the basketball. Long shot by Luke McKay, no good. Rebound battle, it's a Marquette ball.
See, there was a clear-cut example. Marquette should have gotten that defensive rebound cleanly and headed up the floor.
Why didn't they?
Because they didn't.
Diener on the left wing for Marquette. Here's Wade. Quick pull-up. Long rebound to Sanders. And Townsend.
MU playing with a lot of confidence out there, however.
We've got a foul away from the ball. A lot of fouls away from the basketball, George. It kind of indicates some real aggression in the game.
And this is what we were talking about earlier, Pat. The players have to figure out how the referees are going to call the basketball game.
Left to the goal baseline. It's a Marquette ball. Townsend into Jackson. Then to Diener. Marquette's lead is 7. Jackson wants to shoot. Diener does shoot. Knocks it down. Nothing but string music for Travis Diener. We are in Greenville, North Carolina. Population 60,000. It sounds like all 60,000 are here tonight. In actuality, about 8,000 in a sellout game. Boy, this is a great atmosphere, George. Nicholas forced it, gets it. He's a very good shooter.
Pretty play. Nicholas with some very good body balance. Really got a nice shot there against some pretty tenacious defense.
Sanders to the bucket. He was fouled. Let's take a look at the basket by Nicholas again, George. A great one-on-one move.
Nicholas gathering himself. Some nice body bumping by Jackson. Jackson trying to stay out of foul trouble, but Nicholas really getting himself in some good scoring position. Meanwhile, Sanders goes to the hoop very aggressively, which is a good thing to see.
Terry, a 6'8" junior from Milwaukee, so he's playing college ball in his hometown for the Marquette Golden Eagles. Marquette's lead is 9.
A lot of athleticism on this Marquette team, but as Coach Crane will continue to remind us, and it has the extra added advantage of being true, these are young basketball players, and they've got to go through to go through.
Ten-point lead for Marquette once again, 26-16. Luke McKay, a junior college transfer from Perth, Australia. Marquette applying a little half-court pressure a minute ago. This is Moussa Badian. Badian, before the basket, a foul was called. No basket. Now that is 16 fouls on each team. So the next foul on either side will put somebody on the charity stripe.
Boy, Pat, you really figured that one out, didn't you?
I did it in my head. No calculator needed. Mikulas has it kicked away by a Marquette newcomer. That's Steve Novak, tall freshman, 6'10".
Novak starting to come on now. Had a nice ball game the other night. Both on both ends of the floor. Stolen by Wade. He's a guide control.
Wade out to Diener for the three. Mikulas the rebound. McKay. Got it. Three-pointer for Luke McKay. That's a 7-point game. Wade missed the banker. Before the basket, no shot. Corey Rouse fouled, no bucket. Rouse will have a 1-and-1.
Marquette in general and Novak in particular not getting back quickly enough on defense.
Tom Green asking Mark Whitehead and Terry Moore and Steve Pyatt, the officials, about the play at the other end where he thought Wade was fouled. Rouse has a 1-and-1. Freshman out of Kinston, North Carolina. Flanks it, no good. Rebound to Sanders. That was not close. Against man pressure, Diener to Sanders. Cross under miss, tipped in beautifully by Robert Jackson. Jackson had a 26-point ball game on Saturday against Grambling.
MU starting to punish the Pirates a tad down low. MU much bigger along the baseline.
Wiley forced it, missed it. Rebound away. Marquette leads by 9. Diener is open. A little too hard. 4-on-3. McKay. Open as Wiley for the basket. Good pass by Luke McKay.
It was a very, very good basketball play. Luke McKay really opening up the floor and giving it up unselfishly.
Traveling. Ball against Wade. Marquette leads by a touchdown. Just under 7 minutes to play. There's that beautiful pass once again. The Marquette Golden Eagles lead the East Carolina Pirates by 7. Late first half. Gabriel Mikulas, though, has put on quite a show for East Carolina.
Mikulas averaging 12.5 points per game, has 8 right now, and is really doing a nice job down low against Marquette offensively.
George, I like his fundamental footwork to get himself open. He's worked on it.
He's got what they call sweet feet.
Mikulas with 8. He's only missed 1 of his shots. Again, he came in hitting over 60% of his shots.
Not unlike yourself with those alligator shoes on.
But all the shoelaces are connected together. So. Mikulas over to McKay. Mikulas was open. He doesn't take a lot of threes. Look at that footwork again, but he missed the shot. A lot of banging around inside. Rebound to Marquette. Wiley knocked it away, but Wade retrieved it. And now Wade is out of bounds.
That's all right. That's all right. Marquette showing some real good hustle. Diener with a lead pass. Probably should have kept a handle on it. Wade tripping. He was out of bounds. But he'll get the next call down the road.
Foul away from the ball. Called on Terry Sanders. And it'll put Mikulas on the foul line.
Okay, Sanders clearly too aggressive defensively that time. What everybody has to do right now is kind of cool down, play some good solid position defense, get back into their offensive flow, and then just let the game happen. Marquette still +7 with 6:16 left here in the first stanza.
Mikulas also a good free throw shooter. hitting over 82% of his foul shots for the year. Well, we could see quite a few more free throws between now and intermission. Halftime, George Thompson will have a chat with Marquette Athletic Director Bill Court. Now listen to these fans. The lead is only 5. The All-American Wade dishes it to Jackson. The big man traveling. He tried to come to a jump shot, and he landed awkwardly.
Can't disagree with the call. Could have been a little shove there, but can't disagree with the call. Even if I did, it wouldn't make any difference.
Now East Carolina with some momentum and the crowd behind them. Wiley. Rebound Rouse, but he was fouled. Rouse fouled by Novak. A second chance again for East Carolina, George.
Exactly, Pat. Very, very critical to limit the opposition to one shot.
Corey Rouse is the line for East Carolina.
Corey Rouse will have a couple.
Bad things happen when you let the opposition get more than one shot at the basket.
Rouse, the freshman. Again, Bill Harrion, the head coach for East Carolina. He has a very young ball club. The only senior on the team is Travis Holcomb Fay. He is suited up, available to play. He has missed the last 3 games because of unfulfilled academic obligations. He's their only senior, and he's the career assist leader. But they have a very young club here at ECU.
But what you have to like is their aggressiveness and how they play together as a unit.
Diener gets the pick. Looking for the All-American. There he is, Dwayne Wade. Wade to the lane. Rebound foul against Marquette.
Exactly what is happening is what I didn't want to see happen right now. MU must slow this thing down. They have to get control of the pace of the basketball game again. They have to play some very good fundamental defense. And then they have to get East Carolina back on their heels defensively and run their offensive patterns.
That's what we saw in the first few minutes of the ball game. There was a lot of freewheeling activity offensively. But you're right, George, in these last 5-6 playing minutes, it's become a grinder, which I guess is to be expected once you get into those conference games.
Well, especially when you let things get out of control and you let the crowd get into it. There's only 8,000 people in here, but this sounds like that place in New Orleans. What's the name of that place?
The Superdome.
The Superdome.
Royal Bing, one of the co-captains, makes it a 1-point game. That's 9 in a row for East Carolina. Here's Wade. He wants to shoot. Diener. Open is Jackson. The big man missed. Rebound to ECU. 5 minutes to play first half. It's never easy on the road in college basketball. Good defensive reach by Sanders. Diener calls the timeout. Quick thinking by Travis Diener. He made the steal, and as he was falling out of bounds, called the timeout before he landed.
And this is what is needed. Marquette needs to settle down defensively, collect themselves, do the things that they have to do to limit the Pirates to one shot, and then come back down the floor and get some good offensive plays. Diener calls timeout way before he went out of bounds. MU with a nice defensive stop there that silences the crowd a tad. Not much, Pat.
Marquette's lead is only 1. Still 4.5 minutes to play. First half. This game is produced and distributed by ESPN Regional Television Incorporated, the leader in collegiate sports. Tom Green taking a sip of water. Again, he was the coach of the year in the conference a year ago. Led Marquette into the NCAA tournament, where they lost to Tulsa in the first round.
All right, let's see how Marquette settles down here offensively.
Diener, badly off the mark. Here's Rivers. Wiley. Long rebound to East Carolina. East Carolina has scored 9 consecutive points. Too long. It was off of a Marquette player. So this will be a third opportunity for ECU. Under 4 minutes to play. There's a frantic quality to tonight's ball game here in Greenville, North Carolina. We'll be right back. This is the conference opener in Conference USA. Marquette leading East Carolina in non-conference action tonight. Let's see what other ball games are taking place. At Memphis, Murray State takes on Memphis. Memphis with a big win over Illinois a couple of days ago. Southern Miss at Auburn. Grambling takes on TCU. You can follow all 14 Conference USA teams on the league's official website, www.c-usasports.com. The site contains up-to-date notes, statistics, and box scores, as well as info on the league's other 18 sports. So tune into the latest news across Conference USA by pointing your browser to www.c-usasports.com.
We know you have that bookmark, Pat.
Like to point that browser there. 28-27. Marquette's lead is only 1. 3.5 minutes to play. First half.
MU falling back now into what looked like a 2-3 zone.
Strong rebound by Wade. The shot missed by Corey Rouse. Marquette has lost a little of their flow on offense here lately. Jackson one-on-one. Jackson crossed under, missed it. Rebound, Nicholas. Jackson with a good move. He just couldn't put enough spin on the ball against the glass. Rivers has it knocked away. Out to Wiley. Good pass. And Royal Thing slams ECU into the lead. Dwayne Wade answers right back for Marquette. That snaps the string of 11 straight for the Pirates of ECU. Royal Bing with that under a slam dunk a moment ago. Bing setting the pick for Wiley. Wiley pull up and fire. Yes. Derek Wiley, the junior from Durham, North Carolina.
What has happened now is the Pirates have started to believe in themselves. They started to think that they can win this basketball game again.
Open is Townsend. Long rebound, weak side to Mikulus. The momentum has shifted. Rouse misses. Follows it in. Marquette overplaying on defense there, and they paid for their gamble. Sanders lays it in. It's getting very physical, George.
And at some point, the referees will take the game back over again and really start to call every little ticky-tack foul. But right now, it's like everybody for themselves out there right now.
East Carolina with the ball and a 1-point lead. Final minute, first half.
This is not your basic intellectual tractor pull, Patrick. This is a knockdown, drag 'em out.
You got it. Bad pass by Rivers, and the turnover gives it back to Marquette. Open is Townsend. That's a 3-ball for Marquette, and they lead by 2. Todd Townsend continues to develop on offense. Townsend had 16 against Grambling on Saturday. Now the time is down to 2. Rivers along it. No good. First half is over. Rivers missed a 27-footer from straight away in a hard-fought, very entertaining first half. The Marquette Golden Eagles walk off the floor leading by 2. And we'll be back with our halftime show in just a moment. Don't go away. It's getting stronger and stronger every year.
And playing on the road is one of the toughest challenges that any sports team can have, but it seems like it gets tougher and tougher each year in Conference USA.
I was looking at some of the non-conference records, and there are a lot of teams who have played very well in the preseason. I think we're going to take a look at some of the standings right about now, as a matter of fact. In the National Division, University of Alabama at Birmingham, 8-2. And then Memphis with their big win over Illinois a couple of days ago, and you can see the rest of the National Division. Marquette and East Carolina are both in this American division, and that division is loaded. When you look at Louisville and Rick Pitino coaching there, a big win over Kentucky a couple of days ago. DePaul, Cincinnati is a little bit down right now, but never count them out. I'd say top to bottom, that is a very tough division.
Never, ever count Coach Huggins out in Cincinnati. And this will be a great, great basketball season. And I'm not responsible for any W's and L's, so, Pat, I just like to see these games because they're very, very interesting.
Well, the first half certainly was. Bill Harrion, the head coach of East Carolina, has his program on the upswing, and he recently talked about being a member of Conference USA.
I think what happened last year was going through Conference USA the first time around. I think there were a lot of people out there, particularly around Greenville, that thought we had no chance of even winning a game in Conference USA. But I think what we proved to ourselves, I think more importantly to ourselves, is that we can compete in this league. We won 5 basketball games. We had some great wins at home. I think we established a great home court environment, and we got to the postseason tournament. So I think we did some really nice things our first year in Conference USA. But I think the expectations now, particularly with our fans and the people surrounding our program, are a little bit higher, and the bar's been raised a little bit this year. But that's good. That means we're heading in the right direction.
He's a good man, a 1981 grad of Merrimack University. Bill Harrion, the head coach at East Carolina. We'll be back with more of our halftime show in just a moment. Carolina by 2 at intermission. George Thompson is standing by with a fine gentleman, the athletic director at Marquette University, Mr. Bill Cords. George?
Bill Cords, tight game tonight so far.
It's a great game. It always is when you come here.
Excellent college basketball game, but then again, I'm not responsible for W's and L's, but it has been a great year so far for Marquette.
Things are going very well. If you look at it from the university, just overall, everything has gone well with a record number of freshmen coming in, with the dental school being completed, with the Rainer Center being completed next fall, and of course the Al McGuire Center is every day you go over there, they're doing something more, and they almost have the roof on, and so we watch it every day, and it's great. And every one of those workers, we want to thank them because they take a lot of pride in what they do. And campus beautification, people need to go onto the campus now, because when you drive up Wisconsin and walk up those sidewalks, it's the whole campus has changed. It's really neat.
I don't get to see it very much, but I was very, very thrilled with the progress that was happening down at the center.
Well, Father Weil has put together a great team. Greg Klebon and Dr. Madeline Wake and all his vice presidents, and things are moving very well for the university. But telling you, the Al McGuire Center's coming. Now, we're not done yet. It's blown up, but we need about $5 million more. And the most important thing is that we want everybody to have an opportunity to take part in it, whether it's $5 or $100 or $1,000 or whatever it is, whatever you can afford. Be a part of the Al McGuire Center. That's the way he would have wanted it.
No question about it. Big game coming up for the women tomorrow. Bill, thanks for your time.
Okay, 2 o'clock tomorrow, U.S. Cellular Arena against Notre Dame, ranked 12. Thanks, George.
Thanks, George, and thanks, Bill. There were a lot of tremendous individual efforts in that first half. Like this one by Terry Sanders of Marquette. We'll be back with some stats and highlights right after this. And there were some terrific plays, George, in that first half of action. It was interesting. There were almost 2 halves in one. The first 10 minutes or so, you had kind of some wide open, freewheeling, fast breaks. But in the second part of that first half, it became a typical conference grind it out.
Things started to tighten up. The Pirates really started to come back. They concentrated offensively and defensively, and Marquette, frankly, got out of the game a little bit.
Let's take a look at some of the action from half number 1, featuring Dwayne Wade of Marquette.
Dwayne Wade, virtually unstoppable. The only time really he can stop himself is a poor shot in a situation or just trying to do too much. Nice entry pass down low. Miculus really with those sweet feet we talked about. Pretty turnaround 8-foot jump shot.
The statistics from half number 1, neither team shooting the ball great, although Marquette with 5 3-pointers to only 1 for ECU. But the free throwing, you can see that East Carolina has knocked down 10 of their 11 foul shots, and that's why they're only down by 2, and they're out rebounding Marquette by half a dozen, George.
And again, that's something we've talked about, and that's going to be a critical factor throughout the season. Marquette must rebound the basketball, especially defensively.
Half number 2 is right around the corner. Marquette leads East Carolina by a deuce. We'll be back in a flash. The second half just about to get underway. Let's take a look at the leading scorers from half number 1. Marquette led by Dwayne Wade with 9, which is not a bad half, but remember, he's averaging 25 per game. Townsend had 8. Miculus, the big man for East Carolina, he had 10, and Bing had 8, and Wiley had half a dozen. George, let's talk strategy. If you're Marquette head coach Tom Crean, what are you talking about right now?
Well, we have to get back to the first 5 or 6 minutes of the basketball game, where we dictated pace both offensively and defensively.
If you're East Carolina and Bill Harriet, what are you telling your troops right now?
We want to continue to play like we played the last 7 or 8 minutes of the first half. So it'll be a question not only of skill but will right now, Pat. Which team can overcome, which team can dominate and exert their will on the pace of the basketball game.
And similar to the first half, I think that foul trouble and free throw shooting and officiating will play a key role in the second half.
Well, what has to happen as far as Marquette is concerned is that they have to come back out and remind the 8,000 people here, as well as the 3 most important people on the floor, those guys with the striped shirts, that they're a very highly ranked team, and they deserve some props.
Marquette, number 9 in the country in the ESPN USA poll that just came out tonight. East Carolina has only 1 win in their history over a top 10 team, and it was against Marquette last February when Marquette was number 9 at that point. Jackson inside, left-hand layup is good. Marquette's lead is 4.
There you go. Nice, strong move. Marquette really with some good ball movement offensively, good high percentage shot.
Your former Marquette coach, Al McGuire, has talked so many times, or he used to, George, about those first few minutes of the second half being pivotal.
First few minutes of the first half and the second half.
Rivers forced it shy.
See, again.
Bing follows it in. And Royal Bing, a second chance opportunity for East Carolina.
Again, bad things happen when you do not secure that first defensive rebound.
That's about the 5th basket on a second chance opportunity for East Carolina. Marquette's lead is 2. Wade glides to the baseline. All the way under and scores. He makes it look easy. What do you call him? Electro glide?
In the open court. Electric glide.
The lead is 4 for Marquette in blue. Steal. Tom Townsend picking Royal Bing clean. Open is Townsend. He travels. Townsend was going to try for a windmill slam dunk, but he forgot to dribble the ball.
Should have gone for the easier attempt. Wade making a nice move along the baseline, comes out the other side, kisses it softly off the glass.
Early second half, Marquette 8-1, East Carolina 8-2 in preseason play. Here's Wiley for East Carolina. Nicholas looking inside, nothing open. Looks like maybe a matchup zone at this point.
I'm trying to figure it out now, Pat.
Wade with a long 3, and it's a 1-point Marquette lead. Wade comes back, and the lead is 3.
Let's see if we can get a clue right now. No, Marquette definitely in the zone.
Wiley lost it. It goes to Wade. Marquette leads by 3 with possession. Wade in the open floor. Missed the shot. Just a little out of control. Here comes Rivers for the Pirates. Open. Missing a jumper was Wiley, but Nicholas gets the garbage. Another second chance opportunity. Actually, a third chance. Merritt from Marquette to Jackson. The shot clock is less than 10. It's down to 6. Merritt to the hole. Blocked by Badian. He's the best shot blocker in the conference. Moussa Badian. Nicholas. Nicholas foul, but he can give the Pirates the lead.
Badian doing a real nice job holding his ground, not getting into foul trouble with the bump down low, with a nice rejection of Scott Merritt.
Badian is the career shot block leader in East Carolina history. He's only a sophomore. He was Conference USA's top shot blocker a year ago. He usually swats away about 3 or 4 shots every game. He's a real defensive weapon. Nicholas perfect from the stripe. As a team, ECU hitting 68% for the year, but tonight they are 11 of 12. And they have the lead over Marquette. Diener. Sanders. Wade. Wade travels. No basket.
See, what Marquette has to understand about a good shot blocker is you have to show him the basketball. You have to show it to him and then bring it back down. Even show it to him again and bring it back down. And you don't have to go up every time right away. There's a cat and mouse thing going on there.
Nicholas. The lead is 3 for East Carolina. Here's Wade. He's fouled on the way to the bucket. Marquette wants goaltending and the foul. I don't think they're going to get it. No, just a foul.
MU has to figure out how to play through some emotional adversity here. This is a very souped-up crowd. It's a great college crowd. Very nice gymnasium. This crowd is very much behind this team. Marquette has to figure out how to wrest control of this basketball game back.
Well, let's see if Wade can take care of some of that business you're talking about, George. He's the scoring leader, the go-to guy, the All-American, and he nets a couple. Again, that's the friendly rim down at that end. You get some real soft bounces. It's a 1-point lead for East Carolina. Mikulus really doing some good things on offense for the Pirates. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Just under 16 minutes to play. East Carolina in a cliffhanger, leading Marquette by a single tally. This game is produced and distributed by ESPN Regional Television Incorporated. With George Thompson, Pat Hughes in Greenville, North Carolina. This place is rocking tonight. The Minges Coliseum. 8,000 are here, a sellout. And East Carolina leading by 1. On the resumption of play, the Pirates of ECU have the ball. Skip pass. Badian in the lane. Missed a baby hook. Another second chance for the Pirates. That's a real Marquette issue right now, George.
And it has been for the whole season. MU has to really concentrate on limiting the opposition to one shot.
Moussa Badian,
6'10" sophomore. He is from France, from Les Ulis, France. I was looking at some information on him and the media guide. His parents' names are Mamadou and Thilor. And ironically, Mamadou is his father. Are you getting all this down, George? I'm going to quiz you later on. Okay, what's his father's name, George? It's Mamadou. ECU by 3. Wade. Great pass to Jackson. What a look by Wade. Wow.
Now MU has to put together several defensive stops. This could be one. Not quite.
ECU getting the big man Mikulus open inside. What can Marquette do to stop that, George?
Perhaps go to a zone or give him a different look defensively with another player.
Wiley, good pass by Badian. You can't leave Wiley open from that range.
Derek Wiley averaging almost 15 points per game, so he can fill.
Wade. Yes, Wade coming up big. He's starting to heat up now. He's got 17 in the game. East Carolina leads by 1. Bing out to Badian. Let him take that one if you're Marquette. Wade has it. Diener gets a pick. Townsend to the lane. Open is Jackson. Heavy traffic. Diener a long 3. He's been long on almost all of his misses all night long. Alley-oop. Great pass by Rivers to Wiley for the alley-oop. Wade got tangled up with Wiley. You talk about a play that sent the crowd to a new level. That was it. What timing on that play.
See, this is the type of thing that you do not want to have happen in East Carolina with 8,000 people in a gymnasium.
Open is Jackson. Can't get it. It's a Pirate ball. They lead by 3.
And you have, again, Pat, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
They've got to slow down. They've got to take their time, both offensively and defensively, and not let this crowd dictate what happens on the floor.
Here's a foul inside by Merritt. And that's only the second team foul. Make it the third on Marquette. East Carolina has been whistled for only 1 foul. 13 minutes to play. Against the zone. Nicholas high post. Rivers launches. Yes. A 3 for Rivers. And now it's a 6-point lead. Merritt lost it. It's out of bounds. It's a Marquette ball.
Plenty of time left, 12:29 left. Marquette getting a little disorientated, and I think the crowd has a lot to do with it right now.
Wade scores on the inbound play. Townsend with a good pass.
MU has to gather itself defensively.
Wiley had lightning quick crossover, but he missed the jumper on a rebound foul on Pontian.
There you go. So Marquette comes down. Wade with a real nice move inside. Pretty play, and then they stop defensively on the other end, and this is how you start to take the crowd out of the game.
Marquette with the ball, down by 4. Let's see if they go back to Wade. Townsend is wide open. Can't get it to fall. Merritt lost it out of bounds. We got a timeout. 11:47 to play. Pandemonium here in North Carolina. It's a 4-point game. We'll be right back. Marquette led by 2 at halftime, but as you can see, East Carolina surging into the lead by 4 with just under 12 minutes to play.
The Pirates capitalizing on a lot of situations underneath the basket, mixing in some pretty decent perimeter play as well, Patrick.
Absolutely, George. Now Wade heating up for Marquette. He's got 10 points in the second half in the first 8 minutes and 19 for the game. He is explosive. East Carolina with the ball and a 4-point lead. Marquette man-to-man defense, it looks like. Compreen trying to change the looks, trying to do whatever he can to slow down these Pirates. Big. Blocked partially by Jackson. Good defense by Robert Jackson. Jackson, low block left. The shot clock down to 12. Lots of time. Here's Wade. Wade missed a pull-up. The lead is still 4 for East Carolina.
MU settled for a 12 or 14 footer at time when they had Jackson 4 feet from the basket.
Wiley. Another second chance. Bing. Foul. No basket.
Fouls on the 5, Scott Merritt. His 4th team fourth. Moving at the line for East Carolina.
That foul was on Merritt. That's his 4th foul of the game. And now a Royal Bing, the top rebounder the last 2 years for East Carolina, will have a couple of free throws. This kid weighs 250 pounds. And he nets number one. Merritt with his 4 personals will sit out for a while. Terry Sanders in.
Scott Merritt.
The lead is 5 for East Carolina.
It appears to be a question right now of East Carolina wanting the game more than Marquette at this particular time.
Certainly getting a lot of offensive rebounds, George, which is always indicative of a team with great desire. Townsend down the slot. Traveled. No. They didn't call it, and Sanders lays it in. Looked like he might have dragged the pivot foot. The lead is 3 for East Carolina. We have reached the 3-quarter mark. Nicholas, he's going to shoot that one. Left hand, no good. Townsend the rebound up to Diener. That could tie the game. It does! Diener hits the bottom of the net to tie the game at 54. Sweet shot. Timeout, Pirates. Marquette with 5 quick points. They have gotten even with 9.5 to play.
Sanders gives it to Jackson. Jackson kicks it over to Sanders. Diener with a real nice opportunity three-pointer, and Diener has to continue to look for that opportunity.
We'll be right back. Wade out of bounds on the baseline dribble.
MU going into a weeds at times offensively, trying to spring Wade along the baseline, but Wade kind of got bumped a little bit and was called for going out of bounds.
Both coaches trying to substitute to keep their players as fresh as they can. They're exerting a lot of energy tonight. Nicholas, again, great footwork, and he strips one off the glass. He is quick for a big man, that Gabriel Nicholas. Diener a 3. Rebound foul on Townsend. We go the other way.
Nicholas posting up very nicely. A good big target, nice spin. Takes it to the glass strongly.
Just over 8 minutes to play. East Carolina trying to upset Marquette for the 2nd year in a row. Wiley. Jumper, he was gliding from right to left, and he still got it to fall. 4-point lead. Townsend. Long rebound to Townsend. Marquette maintains possession. Wade uses a screen. Wide open is Townsend. That's good. A good pass by Wade, and Townsend drills a three-pointer.
Nice set play for Marquette. MU, after getting that second chance opportunity, taking its time, coming away with the 3-ball.
Wiley has it blocked, but a foul on the play.
Foul number 1,
Townsend called for the foul. That's his 4th.
What also has to happen here, Pat, and I think you're seeing Tom Crean talk to his All-American player, is he has to settle down, take control of this game and his team, both offensively and defensively.
Wiley misses the first. Bill Harrion looks on. He and his staff of Greg Herenda, Richard Morgan, and George Stackhouse. Worked very, very hard. Great preparation on both sides. Tom Crean and his staff with great assistants, Dwayne Stevens and Darren Horn and Jeff Strom. These coaches put in long hours of video watching and practice and preparation. Both free throws are missed, but Boone has his shot blocked. But it's another opportunity for East Carolina. Pirates lead by 1 with the ball, 7 minutes to play. And a turnover, an unforced error. That's a Marquette break. Timeout, 6:56 to play. Fasten those seatbelts. This could be a bumpy ride from here on in. We'll be right back. East Carolina leads by a single point, 58-57. Hey, folks, you can follow all 14 Conference USA teams on the league's official website, www.c-usasports.com. The site contains up-to-date notes, stats, and box scores, as well as information on the league's other 18 sports. So tune into the latest news across Conference USA by pointing your browser to www.c-usasports.com. Rebounding, look at the offensive rebounds by East Carolina. 15-5 for Marquette, and overall a 13-point rebounding advantage for the Pirates over Marquette, George.
Full court pressure now by the Pirates, really trying to change the pace of the game.
Here's Wade trying to give Marquette the lead. Missed a little 9-footer. Rivers lightning quick on that crossover dribble.
Here's where Wade cannot force the situation. He's got to take his time. He's got to get his shots in the flow of the game. And at the last 5, 6, 7 seconds, if he has to take things into his own hands, then he has to do it that way. But he's got to calm down and stay calm.
George, you were a similar player in that you were an All-American, you were the leading scorer for Marquette, you were the go-to guy. Is it tough when you get down to this time of the game to take good shots because you want to take the shots?
What you have to do is make sure that the rest of your players are still involved offensively, and they're looking to give you the basketball, frankly. So you got to make sure everybody else is still in the game, and they're just not standing around watching you do your yo-yo thing.
Wade has that ability to pass the ball, as we've already documented. Rivers makes 1. In fact, he made 2, and it's a 3-point lead for ECU.
1-2-2, full court pressure.
Wade lost it out of bounds. Now Rivers off to the right flank. Marquette with a man-to-man defense at the moment. Rivers guarded by Diener. Wiley knifing down the middle. Forced it, missed it. Rebound Marquette. Travis Diener. Off of a Marquette player. Give it back to the Pirates.
Pace definitely in the favor of the Pirates right now. Pirates seem to have everything going their way. They're hustling hard. They're coming up with some basketball, some extra tries at the hoop, and the crowd is definitely behind them.
And they lead by 3 with possession right now, East Carolina. Badian over to Wiley. He's open. Another putback. And Royal Thing. The the lead is 5. Wade is fouled as he starts a jumper. Wiley grabbed him on the wrist.
Fouls on East Carolina, Derek Wiley, his first, team 4.
It'll be interesting at the end of the game to look at second chance points, because that really is the difference in this game.
You hit it on the head, Pat. That's pretty much the story of this game. East Carolina really doing a nice job of getting second and third putback opportunities.
Wade has reached the 20-point mark for the 8th time this season in 10 games. His lowest scoring game of the year, 17. His high, 32.
And with 4:53 left and Marquette back only a couple possessions, this all can be rectified, but they must stop defensively. That's where the comeback really begins.
Let's see if Marquette can rise to the occasion defensively right now, as East Carolina has it. Inside his body in against Merritt. Forced it, missed it. Another putback. Nicholas misses. But that has got to be driving Coach Tom Crean and his staff right up the wall right now.
MU coming out with a decent offensive stand, unable to come up with the defensive rebound, which sends Nicholas to the line for 2 free ones.
And when you look at that percentage, he's the guy that East Carolina wants to have on the line right now. Yeah, this is a solid fundamental ball player, this Gabriel Mikulus from Cordoba, Argentina. He's impressive. Nice soft touch. He can shoot with either hand. I love his footwork. Yep, he's got a couple. It's a 5-point lead again. Listen to this crowd. Amazing. Offensive foul on Wade.
See, at some point in time, Pat, and you and I have talked about this over the years, at some point in time, you start to give the underdog his due. And that's what's happening right now. On any given night, when the underdog is hungry, the favorite might fall.
We're approaching the 4-minute mark in this ball game. Wiley. We go the other way, but that's only the 5th team foul on East Carolina, so it's not a shooting foul yet. Marquette already over the limit. They've committed 9. 4 minutes to play. It's a 5-point lead for East Carolina. Townsend to Jackson. Open is Diener for a 3. It curls out from the top of the key. Rivers all the way. Body and scores. Timeout Marquette. 3.5 minutes to play. Rivers with a great penetrate and dish to Body End for the easy one.
Rivers with the hard push, kicks it to Body End for a no-footer. Marquette really needing to tighten up defensively, and East Carolina feeling very, very good about themselves, Patrick, at the 3:29 mark.
You're getting down to the point now where every single possession on both ends is becoming critical.
I believe it's called Desperate Measures Junction or something to that effect.
Marquette down by 7. But a lot of things can happen in 3.5 minutes in a college basketball game. Let's see if they go to Wade. They do. And Wade missed the banker. Rebound foul. We go the other way. Tom Crean livid over that call.
Well, if we could see that instant replay again, that might help the situation a little bit. But Marquette, their own worst enemy as far as rebounding is concerned.
Where Jackson, his 3rd foul. Now Mikulas, the good free throw shooter, nets number 1. They're in the super bonus now. That's 10 fouls. Here's the play, George.
Wade could have just as easily gotten 2 free throws out of that, and I really don't see where the foul was as far as Jackson was concerned.
All of a sudden, it's a 9-point lead for East Carolina. 3 minutes to play. We'll be back in just a moment. A year ago, when Marquette was upset here by East Carolina by 5, in that game, Marquette had a 10-point lead in the first half. The same thing happened tonight. Marquette operating beautifully on offense in the first half, led by 10. But the second half has been almost all Pirates.
It's calling being able to sustain intensity, particularly on the road.
The crowd turning inside out in their seats here in Greenville, North Carolina. Okay, Marquette now down by 9. Just over 3 minutes to play. Merritt missed it. It's a Marquette ball. The shots are just not falling for the Golden Eagles. Under 3 minutes. Diener to the slot. Travis Diener makes it a 7-point deficit. Timeout. Just a brief pause in the action. Full court pressure now. No surprise here, George.
Man to man.
Rivers beats the press.
Rivers in no particular hurry right now. Wants to go deep into the shot clock.
Inside body in. And a foul on the play. Mikulas the assist. Musa body in, got position, and then slammed it home.
Nice 2 big man play, high-low. Body in, getting a really nice target. Mikulas really putting that pass on the mark. And with the total flush from Badien.
The lead is 9 again for East Carolina.
Nice 2-on-2 big man play that time.
Travis Diener to the front court. Novak. Novak missing from about 25 feet. Diener tries a 3. Jackson is fouled on the way to the bucket.
And this is exactly the calls that Marquette, they were not getting earlier in this half, Pat. Meanwhile, Eastern Carolina did a real nice job of really punching the ball back, as you pointed out several times, getting sometimes 2, sometimes 3 cracks at the hoop.
That has been the difference, George. Now Jackson will have 2 from Marquette. There's still over 2 minutes to play. But it is a 9-point deficit. Still a 3-possession deficit, if you want to look at it that way. Is Marquette in a spot where they almost have to take a 3-pointer with every possession, George?
Not necessarily, but they have to get a good, quick two-pointer up there. Good, quick, high percentage one. And maybe a little full court pressure.
Three-quarter court at the moment. East Carolina's lead is 7. A long, wild pass, but Wiley has it. And they still have it. And now they'll take a lot of time. You know that. Shot clock is about 15. Rivers missed it. Wade's got it. Marquette down by 7. Here's Diener. Yes, it's only a 4-point game. Don't go away. Still a minute 36 to play. That three-pointer is a great comeback weapon.
So MU comes down with some nice defense. Gets a good, quick, high percentage three-pointer by Diener. And now we're only talking about a 2% situation with over a minute and a half left. Diener pulls up nicely. Great rotation on the basketball. Excellent trajectory. Marquette only down 4 right now.
Let's talk strategy here, George. We're looking at the Marquette huddle. So what are their plans right now?
Well, Marquette has several options. They can let the 35-second clock play out, try to do some full court pressure, double team, trap, maybe create a turnover, or they can send one of the poorer free throw shooters of the Pirates to the free throw line very quickly and not take a lot of time off the clock.
Bill Harrion, he may have been a little upset at Rivers for forcing that last play a moment ago, even though it was a pretty high percentage shot. Okay. A minute and a half to play. East Carolina trying to protect their 4-point lead against Marquette. Marquette, the number 9 rated team in America. Here's Nicholas, and he'll back it out. Again, he's very solid fundamentally, but he just traveled. I spoke too soon. He had the right idea, George, in pulling the basketball back out, but then he traveled.
Now what Marquette has to do is come down and get a very high percentage shot. And then, amazingly enough, the pressure will revert back to East Carolina.
Robert Jackson makes it. It's a 2-point game.
The pressure's on East Carolina right now, believe it or not, Pat.
Timeout, East Carolina.
I couldn't finish the thought before they called timeout.
7 straight for Marquette in the last minute of play. 7 in a row. And now East Carolina down to 2 timeouts. You see Marquette also has 2 timeouts at their disposal. East Carolina will have it at midcourt. Now, if you're Marquette, you got to think about pressuring the inbound pass first of all, don't you?
You got to want to stop that inbound pass, no question about it. And then you still have to take a hard look at who has the basketball once it gets inbounded. If it's a poor free throw shooter, then you got to go with the percentages. This is just me talking.
You mentioned free throws. Mikulas has been a good free thrower all night. Does that mean Bill Harrion wants the ball in Mikulas's hands right now?
Most probably. You know, and Mikulas shoots 82% from the field. Derek Wiley shoots 75% from the field. So, you know, you've got some pretty decent free throw shooters out there.
The ball is inbounded easily by East Carolina. The shot clock is 24. The lead is 2 for East Carolina. Everyone is standing here at the Minges Coliseum. Wiley missed. Rebound Jackson, foul. We go the other way, and that is a 1-and-1 for Marquette's Jackson. He can tie the game with 43 seconds to play. What a thriller here in Greenville, North Carolina.
So again, Marquette really screwing their courage to the floor with coming up with a great defensive set. Jackson finally getting that call that he has not been getting all night, that he has been called for all night, as a matter of fact.
Friendly bounce. There's that soft rim.
Even if he misses this free throw, Marquette's still in a pretty good position on the road.
43 seconds to play. Good old-fashioned nail-biter. The game is tied at 70. What a comeback for Marquette. to play. Mikulas. Wiley forced it. Wade called for the foul.
Fouls on the 3.
They said he got him with the body down low. It looked very clean up around the hands, but no argument from Marquette. 32 seconds to play in the game. Wiley has a couple.
Pressure still on the Pirates. Wiley makes one, he makes two. Marquette can still win the basketball game with a triple.
Wiley gives East Carolina the lead. He is only 1 for 3 from the line. You see that Bill Harrion wants to call a timeout if he makes this one. The lead is 1. The lead is 2. Timeout, East Carolina. There it is. Again, it's time to map out some strategy. This is what teams do in practice all the time. They play the final 2 minutes in practice over and over again.
Each team has several plays that they like to crack out right at the end of a half or at the end of the basketball game. Marquette, most probably with 32 seconds left, they'll inbound the basketball and they'll probably look for the best high percentage shot that they can take. And it'll probably come in the hands of Wade, Diener, or Jackson.
I'm looking at the three-point shots tonight because, George, you mentioned that would give Marquette the lead and possibly the win. Diener is 3 for 10 from beyond the line tonight. Townsend 3 for 6. But I'd be surprised if Wade does not get his hands on the ball.
Well, the funny thing that happens in that situation, Pat, is that Wade initially will get his hands on the ball and probably get doubled or triple teamed, which would leave one of his teammates open for a real nice wide open look.
This is what happened at the end of last year's game here at the Menzies Coliseum. Look at the emotional outburst by the fans after that huge upset by the Panthers over Marquette. Marquette trying to avoid having history repeat itself. This has been a tremendous game tonight here in North Carolina. We thank you for joining us. Okay, Marquette has it down by 2. 32 seconds to play. Here we go. Travis Diener has it. The crowd is deafening. Townsend lost it. It's loose. Wade has it. And Wiley and Wade lock themselves around that leather. What's the call? I believe possession arrow for Marquette. Or did they call a loose ball foul on ECU? I'm not sure.
Or perhaps a timeout may be in play as well, Pat.
Wade had it. You see, Wiley had a piece of it, although he jumped on Wade's back to tie him up. And I don't think they called a foul. I think they said it's simply a Marquette ball on the alternating possession rule. Here it is again, George. This could have been a foul on East Carolina. Right there, don't you think?
No question about it, but real tough for the referee to blow the P in this type of situation where these young men are out here playing that hard. But again, a foul is a foul is a foul.
Right. So now Marquette, we believe, will have the ball on the opposite side at midcourt. The shot clock is irrelevant. 18.4 seconds to play. You see the timeout situation. Marquette with a 30 and East Carolina with a 30 to go. Now that possession arrow will change because Marquette has the ball right now. So if there's another tie-up, it'll go to East Carolina. Okay. Boy, I can barely hear myself and you over the noise of this crowd, George. What an incredible atmosphere. Wade having trouble. Gets it into Merritt. Now to Wade. Wade shoots. Banks it too high. It's loose. On the floor. Foul. Foul against Marquette. 9 seconds good look. He just put it up too hard off the glass.
He rushed the shot, and he had plenty of time to shoot the shot. Marquette, at worst, could have gone into overtime with a two-pointer and won it with a good, solid three-ball. Badian shooting 65% from the charity stripe. So with 9 seconds left and in the super bonus, I don't know, Pat. It's probably not that bad of a thing for him to be there. But then Marquette again has to get itself into a good high percentage shooting situation.
Timeout, Marquette. They'll try to let Badian think about the free throw moment. But now it's a three-point lead. Now, you know, Bill Harrion is saying no fouls, no fouls. Now, George, will he put every defender on the three-point line and say, don't let him shoot an open three? Is that his strategy right now?
Well, actually, he can afford to foul right now. He's +3, under 10 seconds left. He can afford to foul right now. Even if Marquette makes 2 free throws, they still are back to, and the Pirates have possession of the basketball.
Good point. Certainly he wouldn't want that foul, though, if the guy is shooting a three-pointer at the moment. But you're right, George. All right, Badian now with a chance to just about lock things up for the East Carolina Pirates. Marquette has a chance. 7 seconds. They need a three. Novak. Air ball. But it's a Marquette ball. Marquette is claiming that some time ran off the clock. 0.1 second to play. It looked like about 0.5 seconds were on the clock as the ball went out of bounds. Now the officials are conferring. Novak put up about a 28-footer and missed everything. He got net only. It hit off of an East Carolina player and bounced out of bounds. I looked up, George, quickly and saw 0.5 and then another 0.4 of a second ticked away. So we'll see where they put it.
In which case, if it was a 0.5, Marquette and the referees give them that, Marquette has a chance to catch and shoot. But if it's a 0.3 or less, I don't see how that's going to happen.
Here it is. Here it is. Now there, the ball is now out of bounds there with 1.2. 1.2, so a full second ticked off after the ball went out of bounds. Now there's always going to be a little bit of a delay from the time that the official calls it out of bounds until the time when the man operating the clock recognizes it and physically turns the switch off. I realize that.
Especially when you're on the road.
Yeah, just coincidental in that regard, George.
It just kind of happens that way.
But take a look at the time factor again, George.
1.4 seconds.
He hits only the net. That did not go through the basket. And with 1.2, it was out. So let's see what they're going to give Marquette a full second. George, this is somewhat surprising, but certainly from a Marquette standpoint, very welcome. They can shoot a three, and they can tie the game.
There's no question that it can happen. Marquette has to have a very well-designed play, very nicely crafted, and it has to be gotten off very cleanly. The ball cannot be fumbled in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
Do you have any idea of what that play might look like or what it might entail? Obviously, you're going to need a lot of movement before the pass is made.
Well, you're probably going to see a bunch of picks, either up top or in the corner, one quick catch and shoot, and hope for the best.
This is only a 30-second timeout for East Carolina. ECU leads by 3, trying to pull off another major upset. If they win, it's only the second time in the history of their program that they have beaten a top 10 team. Each time it will have been the Marquette Golden Eagles. Can Marquette come up with a miracle here? That's what they need. Now Diener and Wade are on the opposite side. They move. The ball comes into Wade. A three. No! East Carolina beats Marquette. Pandemonium on the floor as the East Carolina Pirates beat the Marquette Golden Eagles 73-70. Boy, that was a good play that Marquette ran. You can't ask for much more than that.
Well-designed play. Well-designed play. Marquette got the shot off, and Wade had a real nice look at the three ball.
A wild ball game in Greenville, North Carolina. The Pirates knock off the Golden Eagles 73-70. Our thanks to Gary Nicholas, our producer. For George Dobson, Cat Hughes saying thank you. This has been a presentation of ESPN+.
Putting its Conference USA schedule at East Carolina. Second half, Travis Diener the three, Marquette within 4, trying to come back here. Just over a minute to go. Diener here, Robert Jackson there, and the Golden Eagles are within 2. Back they come, the number 9 team in the nation. 5 seconds left. Steve Novak open for three. Misses. The ball goes off a Pirate, so the Golden Eagles will get one last chance. Dwayne Wade for the top.
Show the Weltons. Belton Rivers to Derek Wiley for the athletic alley-oop. ECU 73, Marquette 70. Van swarm the floor. Pirates are 9-2.
On their season opener, rather their conference season opener, hosting 12th-ranked Marquette. Moose Sabatier making a name for himself. Moose with the slam. ECU goes on to upset Marquette 73-70, the first sellout crowd in 33 years in Greenville. Congratulations to ECU tonight.